Yewra dan boche asibebre ewo na no disem hwehwehwema ode amaye sabre me tonsa afre osoafo a ohwe ahensem ene amamre so onimonyafo Kofi Jamasi na ono so ene ya bekasa obey yemfansam bopa enhia.
Mr. President, Nana Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO, colleague ministers of state, Nananom, the clergy, honorable MMDCs, ladies and gentlemen, today is a great day, a day that the Lord of hosts has chosen for us, all gathered here with our great president to inaugurate this August House. Mr. President, Act 759 of the Chieftaincy Act is very clear on the composition of members of the Regional House of Chiefs. Now that you, the chiefs of Bono East House of Chiefs, been sworn in as members, under LI 2409, you will abide by the law to promote development of Mother Ghana. By the grace of our president, funds have been made available for the construction of a modern building for the House of Chiefs of Bono East region. It is a building, as you can all see over there, it is a building of 100 seating capacity, auditorium, offices, and bungalows. 4 more for Nana will ensure 4 more for Nana will ensure its total completion and commissioning by our president, Nana Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO. Also, 2 vehicles will be released and donated to the Regional House of Chiefs for their work to go on. 4 more for Nana Sentinel, Ajibebia. On this note, Mr. President, I humbly invite you, Nana Semensia Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO, to inaugurate the house. Thank you.
Yadamase, Obemaha, Atem Di, na Ghana Mampani, Etimi Dinasem, Atuja, Yesramo, Ahanye Di.
Bono East Regional Minister, and Deputy Minister for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Minister for Regional Reorganization and Development, Ministers and Deputy Ministers of State, Members of Parliament, Judge of the Circuit Court, Municipal Chief Executive for Techiman Municipal Assembly, founding members of the Bono East Regional House of Chiefs, Nananom, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to be amongst you this afternoon to inaugurate the Bono East Regional House of Chiefs, the first I have the honor so to do. This ceremony has been necessitated by the historic events of 2019, which led to the creation of 6 new regions, namely Oti, Bono East, Ahafo, Savannah, Northeast, and Western North regions. To accelerate development in these areas, in fulfillment of a 2016 manifesto pledge of my party, the ruling New Patriotic Party. Inasmuch as these events have changed the administrative boundaries of our country, with the paramount objective being to quicken the process of developing every part of the country, it has also affected the structure and management of chieftaincy institutions, necessitating the formation of new regional houses of chiefs, particularly in our new regions. To aid in the smooth composition of the membership of the new houses, government in July 2020, together with the National House of Chiefs, brought the membership of Regional Houses of Chiefs Regulations 2020, LI 2409, into being. So let me, on behalf of government and the people of Ghana, congratulate each and every one of you on your membership of the new Bono East Regional House of Chiefs. I am confident that you, the founding members, Nana Kwadwo Nyako Prime Maihene the second, Dran Maihene, Nana Kwame Boafo the fourth, Nkranza Maihene, Pima Pim Yao Kabrese the fifth, Yeji Maihene, Oseadia Yo Kunfia Meyao the fourth, Techiman Maihene, and Obrimpong Crew Techi the third, Besia Maihene. That you will discharge your duties effectively to the best of your abilities. Nananum, the chieftaincy institution, like virtually all other institutions of state, has lived through controversial periods of our history, playing different roles at different times. Indeed, at certain times in that history, some have even wondered whether chieftaincy is still relevant to our development. I do not hesitate to state that chieftaincy has been, is, and will be an indispensable part of our history and development. It is so widely respected that even when our fellow Ghanaians leave our shores and can be free of the influence of chieftaincy, they create chiefs wherever they find themselves. With the advent of the Constitution of the Fourth Republic and the guarantees enshrined for chieftaincy, we have made significant progress. Ever since my government assumed office in January 2017, we've taken a lot of steps to strengthen the institution of chieftaincy. Government recognizes that in order to ensure the success of the ambitious program of social and economic transformation we have put before the Ghanaian people, we have a lot to do in terms of incorporating the traditional role of our chiefs into the modern constitutional setup under which our country is governed. As a start, we made a pledge in the NPP's 2016 manifesto to increase the monthly allowances paid to chiefs and the quarterly budgetary support to the traditional councils and houses of chiefs. And this we have done by 100%. Government has assisted the National House of Chiefs with 3,500,000 cedis for the completion of its new headquarters office complex in Kumasi. Government is also committed to assisting the National House of Chiefs to moving speedily on finishing work on the codification of the traditional norms and rules that have guided our communities throughout the ages. The ministry, in collaboration with the National House of Chiefs, has also begun the process of digitizing records of the National House of Chiefs, particularly records in the National Register of Chiefs. Again, a major bane of our nation's socio-economic development has unfortunately been chieftaincy disputes. They have resulted sometimes in full-blown conflicts, threats to our nation's peace and stability, destruction of properties, loss of lives, closure of educational and health facilities, and separation of families. In helping to stem the effects of this, government, through the Ministry of Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, has arranged to provide the funds that will increase the number of sittings of judicial committees of regional houses to hasten the adjudication of pending issues in order to bring closure to many outstanding disputes that continue to generate tension. Again, the National House of Chiefs, together with the Chieftaincy Ministry, in order to reduce conflicts and establish areas of customary jurisdiction and allegiance, has delineated traditional areas of paramountcies. In so saying, issues of land administration continue to be major problems, bedeviling the development of the economy, mainly as a result of dishonesty in land dealings. As trustees of lands, on behalf of your peoples, I entrust you to help government streamline the administration of lands in the country, leading to an efficient and well-functioning regime of titling, fixing of boundaries, and ownership tracing. The Chieftaincy Ministry has also instituted a program to have courses in chieftaincy development, comprising lectures, seminars, and other activities aimed at building the capacity of chiefs and all persons with interest in the chieftaincy institution. I applaud this initiative. Eminent traditional rulers, if we have ever doubted the ties that bind the various peoples that inhabit our lands, one need only take a look at our traditional rules and practices, many of which transcend regional and traditional areas. There might be different reasons assigned in different parts of the country for why you cannot farm near the river or go to the farm on a Wednesday or Thursday or fish on a Tuesday or Saturday. But there are rational and scientific reasons behind these traditional rules. By the same token, we should not be afraid of discarding those rules and practices that do not fit in with modern current realities and norms. I refer especially to the practices that seek to discriminate against women and children. It is difficult, again, to find a justification for some of the widowhood rights that persist today among many of our peoples. I ask you to be in the forefront of fighting to discard these outmoded practices, which should have no place in the Ghana of the 21st century. I'm aware Nananum, that the Constitution of the Republic forbids you to engage in partisan political activity, but your involvement in the public life of our country derives naturally from your position as traditional rulers. It is thus my hope that members of this august House will help set the tone in their areas of influence to help realize our vision for a progressive and prosperous Ghana. Government is determined to bring governance closer to the people and expand the boundaries of democracy in our country. We're counting on you to help shape and integrate yourselves into these developments so that the peculiarly Ghanaian contribution to the concept of governance, which emanates from the integration of royal aristocratic institutions into the fabric of a Republican democratic framework, will be enhanced and strengthened to the benefit of the Ghanaian people. I urge you to speak out and join government's fight against the ills of our society: corruption, social and economic injustice, please excuse me, crime, and the illegal menace we call galamsey. As chiefs, you have a responsibility, as was done in the days of our forefathers, to help preserve our lands, water bodies, and environment. I must, in this regard, express the appreciation of the nation for the responsible advocacy role you have played in educating and raising the awareness of your subjects on the need for compliance with the COVID-19 safety protocols. Your efforts have been a welcome complement to those of government and demonstrate, if demonstration was needed, your relevance in the socio-political development of our country. Nananum Medamasepa. I'm happy to inform Nananum that a regional hospital will be built for the Bono East region as part of government's Agenda 111, which, in the course of the next 12 months, will see to the construction of 100-bed district hospitals in 101 districts with no hospitals, 7 regional hospitals for the new regions, including one for the Western region, the construction of 2 new psychiatric hospitals for the Middle Belt and Northern Belt respectively, and the rehabilitation of a Fianquanta hospital in the Western region. The districts without hospitals in the Bono East region, which will be covered by Agenda 111, are Nkranza North, Sena East, Techiman North, and Peru West. Further, Nananum, I take the opportunity of this platform to give you a brief account of some of the principal activity projects being executed in the region, with 170 completed and the remaining 170 ongoing. Out of the 170 completed projects, 60 are in the educational sector, 17 in the health sector, 9 in the road sector, and 37 in the water and sanitation sector. The 170 ongoing projects comprise, amongst others, 50 in the educational sector, 8 in the health sector, 2 in the road sector, and 62 in the water and sanitation sector. With 4 more for Nana and the MPP, we will do even more for you. Nananum government will continue to support the chieftaincy institution so it can be strong and resilient. 6 new office complexes and bungalows will be provided the 6 new regional houses of chiefs. Additionally, as I have said, we will strive to give to the institution the requisite support to resolve chieftaincy matters and carry out research in the many areas of relevance to curb chieftaincy-related conflicts. Nananum, in conclusion, I would like to express my gratitude for the resolution of the Nkranza chieftaincy dispute, and I'm happy to see Nkranza Omanhe here at this meeting. To take his rightful place in the House. Congratulations to you, Nana Kwame Bafo IV. And to the Queen Mother, Nana Dudi Kenny, on her sense of responsibility in helping bring this dispute to an end. After this ceremony, I will present on behalf of government a Toyota Land Cruiser vehicle for use by the President of the House, and also a pickup vehicle for use by the Secretariat of the House. Accordingly, Nananum, ladies and gentlemen, I declare the newly created Regional House of Chiefs of Bono East Region duly inaugurated. May God bless the Bono East Regional House of Chiefs, Bono East Region, and us all. And may God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
Bron Champion Cultural Troupe, Yadamasi Bebre, Ghana Mampeni, Yadawasi Bebre, and one sema emo hama ode atuna nan nyina anim abusuanfo yase panyini edwarewia nansuo asa Ghana Mampeni akasa wie de na dwumadie no nyina yade eba wie ya nesa sabrei maton safre ya nana yeboa asuama ya oya adontin hima ewo Techiman konwa asase so na nana abeda dwumadie nyina ho ase nana yeboa asuama adontin hima ya owo Techiman Traditional Council na omeda dwumadie nyina ho ase.
Yo ram simidawase. Yo. Aside di kan ye beda twedi ampo nyankopon ase. Abode hyase no no nim se na da dwumade bi se beba so. Ama nananom ani so ade hunu a omu firi mra tenten wo mo preye no abamu na. Ene da huma ye nyina ye nka mo ne nka se Awurade ye da wase yo. Ya da twedi ampo kwame ase. Aside to subio yede bema yema mpanyin nana ado dankwa AKUFO-ADDO nana yeda wase se nananum nya anisuade hunu so mo pebunu mantam no no kwase mre mu de beto onum na mre na ben nanso unya asopatie nananum asem e de wose yoyo ama buru mantam a mo pe no nananum se ne dai se wo ha omuda wase omuda wase awie na wasoafo omudi wachi a brinti yenti mu bo mu nyina di maako omuba ochi dom ewowa ubenkum nimfa edu be pie bunu mantam ma no yeda mu nyina sese muka nanado ho de mu be pie ha ya wie sa no ye nye nananum amahene ni amahema wo ha wona wo fira chichiri ni benchen bae chirapo ye ni atoye wona wo ye acting president ma amai ayi House of Chiefs ahulo wona wo nananum ahema afo mo ha ya kire ye papa no masofo imamfo mo ha salikinzongo fo mo ha yeda mu nyina se yenka njamachi yeda ye wurajaji ase sende de wodnani monyam abepie dwumadie mu afa ye kwaso da bambofo a free no abesi sabre wo adwumadie benkum ni nimfa mampani na soafo be piem wo bunu yisia obi bia ampira yante se obi bia ho abasam ana bambo so no nko a omode maye ye da omo ase afa ye da media fo omo wo ha wona sabre nsantwerafo a odi dwumadie ya bedi nyina be kwa abontene ama obi bia te yewura mampani nani so ade huru ni niema power by no bunu musa ye da mo ase ye kire all protocols observe wona wo ha nyina chesa brinti yenti mom nyina di maako wona wo sakete agofo ma wo chinchima agure ye da mu nyina se na dem abeka ye ho madwumadi a ye aye so nonko ne ye ka nyina ne se kira no pamuti se asta na FM station bia e kasa na ye da twede amponyankopo asra na ye di mamu se mo beka ye ho madwumadi a ye bedini mampani na soafo bedini bunu mantam hai aya asundwe de ye ka nyina sa de china obia bia na FM station na osia de yo akumfia mio bro champion de dia kwa hina kan mu piesie asida na odi manananum nyina se mu beta na chi na mantama ye hwehwei na ni so ade hu na wo pani nyina atima bam oda mampani na soafo nyina se so di bia de wa hwiri bia de se twedi amponse on hye na namu be fifiri na ye dupon kase ama nchini ma obeba kire nyina benya ho faso ye da mu nyina se na da mu asem mre twedi amponyankopon on hyira mu nyina
ya da nana ye boa nana na ebe ye nka idum da bia enti nana no ni die kwan so obeba ani mo ha na Ghana mampani aka mo na mocha mfonia ebe ye nka idum